you know, this is, you could say, a smallest section of Jinan where you could literally come in and build your own machine. Okay, so here I got the guys working on one of our machines. This one's a labeling machine with a scissor lift and a conveyor belt. But let me just explain what happens here, right? So you could rent out a section. So we'll see here, all right? So we'll see here, we've got this company building CNC machines. So very often, we get customers asking, I could get it from China cheaper and stuff. Look, China, if you tell them I want cheap, they will give you cheap. Okay, so let me show you something here. So see this gantry, right? And look at how that is designed. And I think it'll just be straight obvious. Look at that, the size of the motor. Now, I'll take you and I'll show you our machines, or the one that we've just recently built with the master controller. So this is ours. Excuse the dust, it's just testing it out. Look at the size of this strut. All right, so look at the size of the strut. Look at the motor. You can Google this brand and you can see all direct driven, and you can look at the block, right? So you can have a look at the block, look at the struts, look at the size of these bolts, okay, and look at the X gantry. All right, now we can go over to another manufacturer, or another agent as such, who builds these machines, and you can look at the frame. Let's have a look at the frame. Look at that. Let's go around here. Again, look at the size of these motors. Look at the plate that holds up the gantry and the sides. But look at the structure of the chassis, okay? So take note of that. So if you do want cheaper, of course, they're going to build it to you cheaper, and you're just not going to know if the machine's going to do the job or not on the other end. Now, take a look at our chassis. And again, we've designed this. Sorry, there's just doing all the tests. Excuse the dust, but look at the size of the chassis. And on our machine, you can see the difference in the chassis. You can see the difference in the struts, squareness tests, accuracy tests. We cut out squares, turn it around, your Pythagoras theorem. You can see the quality difference. So now, let me go the other side, where probably we've not done the bedders yet, but you'll be able to see, the chassis difference, and why there's a price difference, and why, you could just get a machine from China from like 15 to 20 grand. Now look at our structure. All right, have a look. We not only have the main chassis, okay, but there's another chassis on top of it to give it more rigidity, right? Now, anybody who understands a little bit of science behind this, you don't get flex, all right? So we opt for a double bed, and you can see on this side on your chassis, you can see the difference. So this is something that I just want people, look, you'd really need to know the machines in and out to know what quality of a machine that you're getting. You want a machine that's going to go for the next 10, 15 years or so. You want a machine that'll just get you through 6 months, then go cheaper. But even in saying that, when you go cheaper on these machines, they're not much cheaper. It's not the metal that's actually expensive. It's more the electronics. So you rather spend that $2,000 to thousand USD more and get a far better quality chassis and overall machine by just putting in that much more. And you're only going to know that with experience. These agents, these marketers, they're not going to tell you that. Whoever's building machines in these shared factories, they're not going to tell you that. They're going to ask you what sort of work you're going to do, get a machine that's will do the job currently, but they're not thinking 5 years from now, because they're going to want you to come back to them in another year to buy a better machine, because the machine didn't last. They want another one and another one and another one and another one. That's how it works. With me, we pay the extra money, but next 10 years, I don't have to, hear from you again, because I overkill all the parts. So even if you do run the machine really hard, it's not gonna affect the performance of the machine, and you're not going to be running it that hard as well. You're going to just be, the machine's just still going to be cruising, So there you go. That's some of the things I'd like to share in the factory. And the other thing is with us as well. Look, I'm here in the factory in China, in my own shared factory here. So this is a space that I own. Not all of it, of course. I wish there's many of us that actually own this. So I actually fly down here, come in, check the quality, do the test cuts, performance, all the wiring is all done correctly. I do all of that here before the machine's being shipped, right? And that's what you get with me as well. Like, when the machine's in your factory, it's top notch. Now, of course, we do about 100 machines or so a year. I can't do it for every single one of them, but I do have strict protocols where we actually do this sort of stuff. So that's another benefit of, going through us.